on emotions that lack feeding. Intact, your souls have no peeling. Everything house music. Casting spells on unlearned beings, bringing them to the underground. These are grooves that are worthy. House music is where it's at, believe me. Everything house music. Everything house music. Propelling sounds with meaning. Delivering on emotions that lack feeding. Intact, your souls have no peeling. Everything house music. Casting spells on unlearned beings, bringing them to the underground. These are grooves that are worthy. House music is where it's at, believe me. Everything house music. Everything house music, propelling sounds with meaning, delivering on emotions that lack feeding. Intact, your souls have no peeling. Everything house music, casting spells on unlearned beings, bringing them to the underground. These are grooves that are worthy. House music is where it's at, believe me. Everything house music.
I absolutely fall in love with that every single time I hear it. I don't know about you, but that is Ubongane Mehlo Makulu with this brilliant and amazing intro that he's given us for Everything House Music. The song that I was playing in between that is a pick from our guest tonight, a song by the amazing Soul Frika. It did wonders on the song. My father played jazz. Yes, we actually had him on the Deep House space a couple of weeks ago now. Yeah, so amazing song, and it's a pick. It's a pick from our guest tonight on Everything House Music. And yes, I did ask how do I pronounce her name, and hopefully I get it right. I really hope I get it right. Gotta stop torturing people's names. But before Nyagude, I'll welcome her, and then we'll start our conversation. But before I go there, shout out to everyone as always. Shout out. Thank you, thank you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us already. Thanks for being a part of this wonderful space that we keep on having each and every week, where we try, by all means, actually to broaden the spectrum of the artists that we bring on. So tonight we have Lockhive. Yes, Lockhive. I hope I said it right. Lockhive the DJ. This amazing, amazing human who's doing wonders in a career, in a young career, to say that. So thanks for joining. Thanks for coming through. Please do share the space as always. And yes, it is a safe space. It's a very safe space. So you're welcome to grab the mic and be a part of the conversation that we're gonna have with our guest. And yes, as you notice, Lloyd is not here, so there's no coast. So ningangivumeli ngikhulume ngedwa, please, please don't, please, that can't happen. So please do grab the mic and just be a part of the conversation with our guest this evening on this Tuesday. So before ngiyakude njengoba ngishilo, good evening, good evening, happy Tuesday, Lockhive. This Lockhive. Sawubona sis, welcome to Everything House Music. Please unmute.
Hi, buddy. What's
Njani
so
sis?
hard about pronouncing my name?
No, I just have problems with just pronouncing names.
Eshe. It's Lockhive, the DJ.
Oh, so lock as in like dreadlocks.
100%, yeah. Hive
Oh,
is for honey,
lovely.
my other name.
Oh, lovely. So literally you translated.
Yeah.
Damn, that's so creative. That's so creative. I'm glad you shared that with us already. Thanks so
Mhm.
much.
No problem.
So how are you doing on this Tuesday? How was your day?
Wow, I'm
How
well.
how did the week start?
My week started very well, quite productive, but today was yo, I know. No, actually, it's a Monday, right? Is it a Monday or a Tuesday?
No, no, it's Tuesday today.
Okay, so Monday started quite well, but today I know Shem and Yahuka. It's quite slow, and I'm
Urhuqa
actually very
urhuqa
tired.
ugoa. Elinye
Yeah,
igama
yeah,
futhi.
ndiyagowa ngamanye amazwi.
Oh, okay. I'm guessing that the 9 to 5 you le urhuqisayo.
No. I don't have a 9 to 5.
Oh, okay. So you're just a DJ.
Yeah, full time.
Oh, lovely, lovely. Yeah, imagine that. The first song I played, your pick of some of the songs that are perhaps one of the best from your side. Why Soul Frika? My father played jazz, please.
I think it reminded me. back home when my father was playing jazz as well. I grew up listening to a lot of jazz and R&B, so it reminds me so much of that time. That's why I picked the song.
And can you remember any specific, perhaps does any song come to your mind? That's a jazz song that you remember from those days.
It definitely has to be a Jimmy Lulu song. It definitely has to be a Jimmy Lulu song.
And I
Any Jimmy
guess,
Lulu.
and I guess also that played a huge role in you being a DJ today. I mean, listening to music that
Mm,
was influenced, or that you later got influenced by your dad.
100%. Both my parents, actually. Both of them.
Absolutely, jazz is something else. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
on Sundays I also host a space called Jazz Sunday Request. Yes, I haven't done it in a while, and
Nice.
people have been coming for me, good but hopefully
Buyisa kaloku.
no, this Sunday definitely. This Sunday, naranjan, naranjan. It's been 2 weeks of no Jazz Sunday request, but
Mm.
as squares. But thanks again for for gracing everything house music and being a part of us.
No, no, no. Thank you guys for inviting me.
Besiqalile. I mean, you listen to some jazz. That's why you chose the song. So, could you please let us know, Buti, who is Lockhive, the DJ? Where does she come from? Perhaps what her hobbies are, seeing that you are a full-time DJ. Thank you.
Hi, guys. My name is Lockhive The DJ. Real name Lungelwa Mtabazi. Born, bred, battered, toasted in the Eastern Cape, in Port Elizabeth. Elokishini ekuthiwa kuKwaZakhele, eSalamtu. And yeah, that's just about it. My hobbies, obviously listening to music. I don't know if there's anything else apart from that. Yeah.
And I guess traveling the whole of
Oh
South Africa.
yeah, also, but not as often though as I'd like to, because in Mali, it's a thing. But yeah, definitely traveling is one of the things that I really enjoy doing.
And I believe you've also traveled, I mean, into Africa. How was those experiences?
Mind blowing, culture shock as well. In Daos, I say Africa, quite different from South Africa, but obviously very interesting and educational. It exposes you to how people live outside the reality. Yako. So yeah, those have been really, really interesting, and I'd like to do more of those actually.
And did it come as a culture shock in terms of how privileged perhaps that we are down here in the south,
Yeah,
or the latter, was it something else perhaps?
no, definitely we are privileged, but the places that I've been, kuzo, quite similar wethu indlela esiphila ngayo nakula macala. But there are parts of the ezinye indawo kwezaa ndawo that are quite different from how we live.
And could you please share with us which are these parts of our wonderful Africa that you've been to? Thank you.
Not so many places. I've been to Mozambique, been to Kenya, and Tanzania.
Oh, okay, okay. Not that much already,
Mm-mm.
but it's gonna open up, of course, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then in terms of the club scene, the DJ scene, when you went there, was it because of visiting or you going to have a gig or something?
As gigging, yes, 100%.
And how was the club scene? First of all, I mean, what in terms of the people there, uh, did they were they amazed? Were they refreshed by having perhaps you coming and play there? How was the atmosphere?
Um, Quite similar to in Mozambique, very, very similar. I mean, in Mozambique is literally just around the corner. And the music I was playing, well, the music that I play, that you guys know I play, they also play it that side. So it was just like ease for me. It was not a culture shock at all. People were really responding well. Um, Tanzania also very similar, but Tanzania is quite wild. People actually party there from from 8 until 5 a.m. or 7 a.m. So the club scene there is actually quite wild. Not so much similar to South Africa, or at least what I'm exposed to in South Africa.
And seeing that I mean, you're traveling into Africa as a DJ, as someone who's pursuing this wonderful career.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel perhaps uh, there are challenges that you faced in Africa that perhaps are better placed this side, or is it just all the same? Is it the same level
No, it's
field?
the same. It's
Because
definitely.
like for instance, sorry to interrupt. Heavy K the other day mentioned that he goes into Africa and gets paid like crazy monies, and people are so adoring to him and his music. Did you get that too, perhaps?
Um, Obviously, when money is concerned, you get a little bit more money than you used to in your home country. So that's the difference there. And also, people are just excited to see a guest, I suppose. So yeah, unyanisile Hevike. Those two things for me do stand out. The money is a little bit more, and people are just like more excited to see you, I suppose.
It's good that we have a reference also from your side. So let me track it back a bit. Let me track it back a bit. So
Mm.
where did Lockhive? That's a lovely name. Just
Aibo.
knowing where it comes from now. Like I'm really thinking about it. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
lovely. So where did you start? How did you start this thing of DJing? Where did it start? I mean, you did mention already love of music through jazz, which was influenced from your parents. But where did you start DJing, and why did you get into this career today, which is blossoming so much?
Mm.
But yeah, how did you get into it? Thank you.
The why is definitely the passion and the love for music. And I started DJing about 6 years ago back home in PE. Um, so I was just jamming with this other place or spot called Kwakalane Ezwide, and they play mostly the kind of music I play. So it's mostly deep and soulful house, abayidlalayo. And this one DJ saw me because I've been going there quite a lot of times, and he'd see me every other weekend. And I was like, let me teach you how to DJ. And I'd been longing for someone to teach me that, but there weren't a lot of places, in fact, none that I knew of in PE where I can actually learn how to DJ. So this guy offered for free, and literally on my way back from work, I'd go to this other spot, Emashwemeni. There was obviously equipment there, and he'd teach me for about 2 hours every other day. I think 3 times a week for about 6 months. And post that time, that's when I started like being a professional DJ, parallel with me being in corporate as well.
And as you mentioned that right now you're a full-time DJ. So when did that turn in your career, perhaps? When was it? When did you decide that you're gonna do this full time? Thank you.
Ooh, it. So I was toying around the idea. I think 6 months ago, because I was working for I had a consulting company back home, and I was doing that full time parallel with being a DJ. And I think 3 months ago, 4 months ago, that's when I decided to go fully in and just literally invest all of my time and money into growing Lockhive and making it what I want it to be and growing it exponentially, rather.
The other day, Black Coffee talked, shared quite a few things about how investing in your career and planning ahead is quite
Yeah,
important.
it is.
Just to share also into the space that yes, I've uploaded that space that we had with Black Coffee on my YouTube channel. So if you want to check it again, just go to YouTube, type in Vokzman, and you will come across. There's some wonderful spaces that we've had, even the one with Heavy K, even the one with Sabrina. So they there. Back to the questioning. Hey, sometimes in cool.
Yo,
So what are the investments? What where did you put your money into your career? Please share that with us.
sure. Number one, back when I started, my time, um, from work to having to learn how to play to DJ, and then a few months not being paid and being okay with not being paid because I just wanted to, you know, to play in front of a crowd and just learn and gain more confidence. So I was okay with not having to be paid. So I invested a lot of my money, my transport, obviously, um, and buying music, the marketing, the image, and so there's a lot of things that there's a lot of money actually throughout the years that I invested into Lockhive the DJ,
And
including the mixes that you guys consume.
okay. I'm glad you actually mentioned that. We are going to talk about that because your
Mm,
mixes look absolutely amazing.
thank you so much.
So and whilst investing in your career, I mean being a full time DJ, do you feel perhaps it was that need that it's also a need that everyone perhaps needs to do and go through the same journey, whereas not just taking this thing as a hobby, that you
Mm,
actually put a lot of work, enough work that it becomes sustainable.
I'm not going to look. I can't speak for everyone, but I know for myself, I love it so much, and the vision is way too big that it requires me to go that far. You know, I obviously do have options. I can go to corporate, and use my academic background and go that route, but I don't want to, because I know there's more value in investing a lot of my time and money in growing Lockhive and see through to what I want it to be ultimately. So I can't read. We're different. Our stories are different. What we want, isn't this is when I obviously very different as well. So for myself, I had to do it.
You just mentioned something about the vision of Lockhive. Could you share with us, please? What is your vision? Where do you see your career heading? What are these plans that you've put into place that you would like to achieve? Thank you.
Unfortunately, I can't share, guys. So
Come
yeah, no,
on,
definitely I can't share. I'm sorry, I can't go that far.
because we are
But
blacks.
no, 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 no. It's what I
That's what you
believe in,
said.
Umla.
That's
No,
what
no,
you
no, no,
said.
no, 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 no. It's what I believe in, Umla. Ngumntomnyama, so I don't like sharing that kind of stuff. But there's a lot of interesting things in the pipeline for me, and I want to take it as far as possible. I think that should give you an idea of what I want to achieve.
No, it's really unfair. It's really unfair.
Hayi bo, njani?
I'll give you that. It's fine. It's fine.
Thank
Uh,
you.
you mentioned Ubuntu, you are blacks. you know,
No, I feel like Sudika. I'm
no,
saying I'm black and I
no,
believe differently.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I was gonna play a song now just to ease. Okay. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. I was getting a call. I
No
was getting a
problem.
call. Hey, it was getting a call. And the person knows that I'm hosting a space, but they call me. But anyway, yes, I was gonna play a song. So one of the other songs that you mentioned as perhaps one of your best songs by Vic Falanda, "Sexy Things." But before I play
Vic
Vic
Lavender.
Lavanda, ngitheni mina?
Thanks.
Enginokukhuluma kabi, yazi
You
kuyenzeka.
butcher people's names. That's your
Ugh.
brand.
Oh, so you also know me too.
I will.
Oh my daughter. Yeah. Before you go to the song, let me welcome Ling Ling to the mic. Ling Ling is a huge part of Everything House Music, as well as the Deep House space, and he's also the host of the Top of the Morning space, which happens every single day at 10 a.m. in the morning.
Hey.
Big man, this man. He's short like this. He's very short, but but he's a big man. Ling Ling, my brother. Good evening.
Good evening, Voxman, and the glamorous, honorable guest, Lockhive. Shout outs to you.
Hey.
You know when I heard with you're uncomfortable sharing because khona abantu abamnyama, I was here to save the
Hi,
day.
guys. I
I
didn't
was
say
here to
that.
save the day. Ngithi ngobuJapanese bam. Mina I'm Japanese. Yabona lapha ku DP. Yimi. So you can tell us the vision, nje ngoba mina yabona I'm not in that category, and
Hi,
I get what
Manuel.
you're trying to say, yabo. Ish ngiyadlala, no. Shout outs to you.
Leave.
Uh, Hayi Vokzman, ungayikhalisa.
Uh,
No, thanks for coming through, brother. Thanks for coming through and joining the space. So yes, let me play a song. Let me play a song, and we'll come back and have more chats with our guest tonight. Lockhive the DJ. Nice name, yo, absolutely nice name. I think I must also change my
Thank
name.
you.
I think I must change my name also now. Like bring something sexy to it.
Man. Spice.
Spice it up a bit. But yes, let me play this song and we'll come back. So if you're in the space, this is the time where you can go and grab a puff of something, grab a pint of something, or a glass of wine. And yeah, we'll come back and we'll have more chats. Thank you for joining as always. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for coming to Everything House Music. Without you, we are absolutely nothing. Please enjoy the music. Enjoy the music. Let's play. Let's play. Oh, it's playing. Okay, it's playing. Okay. That is Vic Lavender, Sexy Things. And this is the Sophisticado Black Soul mix. Yes, I think I was supposed to play the original. Ay, got yeah. Ay, the Tuesday has gotten me already. So thanks for joining in as always. Thanks for coming through. We are only 30 minutes into it. Yeah, and we've had a couple of laughs. We've had also uh, some banter there. There. So it's been an amazing time already with Lockhive, the DJ, joining us on everything house music. Please share with us.
Mm.
Ugenzani uvik sis, ugenzani uvik.
You. He touches in Darwin Gazazi Nam.
Well,
I know. I Shem. No, he does his thing. One of the best. In fact, one of my favorite artists.
So how far does he go? Does he
well, Vox.
Hey, I please.
Hey, Akuze. Hey,
Exactly. Relax.
I wasn't saying anything. I was asking how far is his career gone that you love his music so much. I want into. But anyway, that's a pick from you again, and I guess you like this style of music because of the influences as you mentioned. Um,
100%.
how has this type of music also influenced your career and your plans of where you want to head your career? Thank you.
How has it influenced? I think it sort of differentiated me quite a lot, um, and placed me in a sort of like a niche market, to say the least.
Because
That's the influence.
because I mean I'm saying that yes, deep house, soulful house music is an amazing genre. It's amazing, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But we live in South Africa where it's not commercialized.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm asking you, Uti, do you also dwell perhaps in other genres when you play music besides Afro-tech? That also know that you play, but do you dwell into perhaps hip hop just to also stay relevant as a DJ?
Mm. I think I've maintained my relevancy with the genre I play still, and luckily for me, people a lot of people do consume it, and that's how I've maintained my relevancy. But I do dabble in Afro as well, apart from Afro tech. I do play it sometimes, but my staple is definitely deep and soulful house.
Do you think soulful house music in South Africa is where it should be in terms of relevance? Do you think perhaps we're doing enough to put it onto the stable to make sure that it lives and stays amongst all other important genres in South Africa?
In terms of consumption, and the market share, I don't think it's where it should be, considering the amount of time it's been around, right? Now you see Amapiano taking over, and they've only been around for about 4 years or 3 years, to say the least. But Isofo House has been there for quite some time for them to not have a huge portion of the market share. So yeah, I do think there's a lot that needs to be done, but there are people that are doing extremely well, and kudos to Abo Oscar Mbo, who are taking it further outside Africa, which is great. And also myself as well with the Lot Grooves and my channel. I found that there's a lot of people who actually consume the music, and I had no idea. I actually thought South Africa consumed most of the deep and soulful house, but there's different parts of even countries that or cities that I cannot even mention kwamnaqala engazaziyo. And yeah, you find that there's people that actually consume it. So platforms like that, like using YouTube, using Apple Music, and just to have footprints outside South Africa. So yeah, we can do a lot more. A lot of us can do more of those just to drive or push the genre forward.
You've just mentioned one of the platforms that you have over 4 million views on YouTube. We're gonna come back to that. I think that's yeah, that's amazing. I think I
It's fine.
I think on my YouTube channel, I think the most views I've gotten on a video, I don't know, maybe like 200. But yeah,
Same.
im-
Yeah.
imagine. But anyway, we're gonna come back to that. Um, Going back to the previous question, what do you think we are doing wrong as a collective, as a genre? I mean, you talk about it always that we should be uh, much more. We should be doing this. We should be doing that. But on your side, what do we think we're doing wrong? And also, perhaps a solution to also that.
Yo. What are we doing wrong? Let me think.
Yeah, why are we not up there
I think
with
I
Njengama
think
Piano? I mean, it's booming, it's going crazy by the second. What are we doing wrong?
um I want to say putting out more music consistently on a consistent basis, and also this culture of being exclusive, and wanting to maintain exclusivity. It doesn't work really. It doesn't drive the genre forward. Well, from my side, I don't think it does really. And that's what Amapiano is doing different. They're really putting out music on a consistent basis, and there's no exclusive vibe about it. There's no how do I put this? There's no gatekeeping. There's no group think type of vibe. It's just like everything is just flowing and open as well, and that's why they're doing extremely well, I think.
Thanks for sharing that. Thanks for sharing that. Shout out to. We have some good big names in the space today. Shout out to 99 Nice is here. Shout out, brother. Um,
Yay!
yes, I think he's here to actually listen to you because you play his music on your sets. So
Yes, I do. I definitely do.
shout out to him. Shout out to Seven Hertz. This wonderful human. She posts these videos of yours so that people can see them on Twitter. So
Lovely.
shout out to her. Shout out to everyone else. The likes of DJ Z is also here. That's lovely to see her. She's back on Everything House
Yay.
Music. Another wonderful, amazing DJ doing some good things in the industry. I want to see more females. Definitely more females. About that video, yes, right. So let me go straight into a question that has been asked. So first of all, could you just share with us how do you go about making these wonderful YouTube videos that you stream for us to listen to, that people can have the pleasure of watching and also listening?
You mean the
Yes,
process?
the process is because that doesn't look like you just put a phone on the couch and it,
No, definitely not. Definitely not. There's a whole team behind that. But essentially, the reason why I started the live mixes was I was prepping my move from PE to Joburg, and that was about 2 years ago. And I'd felt like I'd reached a ceiling in PE, and I'd done almost everything that I wanted to do in PE, and I wanted to have footprints outside the Eastern Cape, right? And the obvious and most cost effective way to do that for me, apart from having to be in a particular place and gigging, was to use YouTube as a platform, so that people can know me outside PE and be aware that I exist. So that's how I started the channel. And if you draw back to the channel, it's not only locked grooves. There's quite a few mixes that I've done before that. But with locked grooves, um, I decided to partner with brands just to share costs and whatever, um, and also have a team of guys who are videographers who are able to capture exactly what it is that I want to lend or capture and do it well. So it's not only me; it's like a whole team of people and brands as well outside Lockhive that I've partnered with to make it possible. So that's the whole story behind Dot Grooves, really.
And shout out to the team. Shout out to the team. I think we need more. We need that not only from the DJ side but also our producers. I've always said
Yeah,
that we just need people behind the artist, someone behind the music, so that such things actually
but
happen.
very important. And I think back when I was back home in PE, I was downplaying how important having a team is and having management is. But actually, to drive your career forward, I think it's always important to have someone outside of yourself to handle certain stuff because essentially you are a business at Gqeberha, and you can't operate as an island, you know, especially if you want to take your business to greater heights, One thing as a DJ that you need to focus on is ensure that technically you are at a certain point and just refine your craft. But then everything else, not to say that you are oblivious or you don't know what else is happening in the business, but just allow other people to take care of certain things.
Absolutely, absolutely, definitely. So in the comment section down, there's a question by Stanley, and Stanley has want to ask that how do you feel seeing old American Grand Day listening to the mix again and again and again and again and again?
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. I don't think when I started Loud Grooves, or the channel rather, I anticipated such a response from people around the world, especially that age group. But it's been really fascinating and interesting this just to see just how, who actually consumes the music. And yeah, no, it's very interesting. Very interesting. I feel good.
No, lovely, lovely, lovely. Njoba Ngishila, don't want to exhaust this amazing Zulu voice that I think I have. So I'll give the mic to our speakers. Um, let's start with the brilliant and amazing Miss Brown, who's also a part of the Deep House space, which we do so amazing things on every Friday. We're also planning another massive lineup. So this Friday, Nick Soul, Nick Soul released an EP last week, and then we're also gonna have McFarlane. Yes, McFarlane is going to be releasing an EP on Just Move Records. Yes. So that's that for now. That's what we've confirmed. We're looking for someone else also. We'll see. But let me give the mic to Kay. Kay, good evening. Happy Tuesday. You're welcome to Everything House Music. Please unmute your mic. Platform is yours.
Good evening. Thank you, Vox. Hi, Lockhive. Hi, everybody. I
Hi,
hope
Kay.
you're
How are you?
good. I'm good, thanks. Love the hair. Love the hair.
Thank you.
Beautiful indeed. Okay, before I ask a question, um, I just love your beautiful aura. Ne?
Thank
You are such an
you.
amazing person. And my first question is, what is the most rewarding part for you about being a DJ?
Hey, man. Kay, it's apart from the money,
Yeah.
Because can they turn imali?
Song.
But but it's definitely the response and man, the messages that people actually send me.
Yeah.
It's like, what? You actually feel that way?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. So you just never know about umculo wakho uzawathatha njani abantu, and that's the craziest thing about me. Sorry about the whole thing, that shit. That's how I made an impact in your life. Just playing music that I think is nice, and when that this is how you respond and this is how you feel. That's the rewarding part about being a DJ for me.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Beautiful response from you. And the last question is what's the one thing that you pride yourself in when it comes to your work?
I think it's the amount of time, effort, and investment I've in making or growing Lockhive the DJ, and literally just like seeing myself as and slowly becoming the person I want to be. That
Yeah.
for me, like crazy. Like, oh shit, all it takes is for you to really believe in yourself that hard, and slowly things will happen. So that's it for me, really.
Yeah. Thank you so much for answering my questions. Beautiful. Thank you, Vox. Yeah, that's all from me.
Siyabonga kakhulu K, siyabonga kakhulu. Sizohlangana futhi ngolesihlanu. So thank you.
Straight. I jig. Thank
Shout
you.
out, shout out, shout out. Let's give the mic to Kid Tempo, the real Kid Tempo. I guess there's a fake Kid Tempo. I don't know. That's why the name is real. But Kid Tempo, welcome to Everything House Music.
Vokzman, how's it, bro? How's it?
Um,
How's
I'm feeling
everyone?
good, man. I'm feeling good. We have an amazing guest today.
Mr. Lockhive, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Kitembo?
I'm good. I'm good. Like I wonder when I saw your dreads, like I quickly understood the name when you translated from honey to hive. I was like, oh,
I love
the
that.
honey, it's golden. I'm like, that's
Exactly.
really nice. Hey, Vox, I still owe you an album, bro. Like I haven't forgotten about that. Side note, yeah, well, but we'll talk about it. I'm almost done.
Also, you were just coming up here to share that.
No, that not side notes. Side notes. I didn't come here to steal the show, bro. Like I'm here to ask Miss Lockhive here because like I'm inspired by the fact that she took the route that I am actually terrified of taking for now, of which is being a professional DJ.
Mm,
So what I wanted to ask is, for me, I'm mostly into production
mm,
most of the time. So now, what I want to understand is like, what's the beginner's guide as someone who's approaching professional DJ? Like, what's the beginner's guide in terms of like getting yourself out there and then being profitable? Because I've been outside, I've been DJing also, but then like for knowledge purposes. But like now,
mm,
I want to approach it with at a professional level.
mm. Okay, so for me, I think I knew I was going to eventually become a professional DJ 4 years ago. So what I did was craft a strategy, right? Which is very important to write down exactly what it is that you want and um, who you'd like to become. So I did that as a roadmap so that everything that I do aligns with the overall strategy. That's what I did as a beginner's sort of guide. Because also, I think the reason why it's important is because you can easily emulate other people and do stuff that other people are doing and copy other people and get swayed in different directions if you don't have an actual roadmap or a strategy that you abide by. So that's what I did firstly, just to be clear on exactly who it is that I want to become and who I would like to become in the long run, right? And apply every other thing accordingly and align everything according to the bigger picture. And secondly, invest money from my pocket and invest it back to the business. Because, I mean, come on, it is a business ultimately. So, investing your time and investing your money towards the business and ensuring that it's growing. Because no one is actually going to invest or pay for your brand if you don't invest in it. Qala wena. No one is going to take you seriously if you don't do that first. So I think if you want anyone to pay you anything, nobody cent, you need to bring value. And in that, make sure that you refine your craft or your skill in on a consistent basis. Do that on a consistent basis because ultimately that's that's why we're here. We're here to hear you play, apart from the frills and whatnot. But can you do this? Can you deliver? So investing in ensuring that you can actually do this as well is very important in order you can't expect someone to to pay you if you don't do all of those things, especially investing in the actual skill. So yeah, but continue producing and making music, but also make sure that you place focus on the other stuff that are really important apart from just knowing the skill.
Thank you. I guess I'm on the right track because I was actually on the money side. That's the part that actually like that got me to the point where I am today. I'm like, nah, man. As I've noticed how it's so hard as a person to actually like go around and get gigs on my tavern and all of that. It's
Mm,
because like, you find that all of those places, it's actually a group of people who have organized themselves a
mm,
platform to actually push themselves. So
mm, mm,
it always works if like you put in so much effort in this thing
mm,
as far as money, because like as a producer, I've been thinking like as far as touring in Zanzibar, yeah,
mm,
well, with my own money, like
mm,
just getting myself out there, because that's
mm.
how actually the old artists did it. Like I feel like we are too dependent with social media, and
Yeah.
in most cases there's too much content, Lana, and we can't keep on flashing ourselves in the midst of it, because we you can slip away without
Mm,
actually finding the true fan who is somewhere out there but then seeing some other content. So it helps if you put in some money and then go around. So
yeah.
thank you. Shout out, sister.
Shout out, Spooty.
Shout out to Kid Tempo. Kid Tempo, are you gonna be less of a kid at some point? I mean, you're gonna change your name at some point.
Bruh, I've been thinking about that, but the name actually, let me just say the brand. Actually, like Kid Tempo is a fictional character. Like I'm more of a storyteller.
Mm,
So like my real name is Umbuso and I write stories. So for now, I'm writing a story for Kid Tempo.
Nah, shout out, brother.
And I know I'm gonna outgrow it. So eventually, when I do, I will actually be a ghost producer for another artist, whereby I will actually write a story for them, and then be like, "Yo, can you please help me like characterize the story using you?" That's how I've seen music. Like it's all about telling stories about how we see the outside world. So for now, I'm still using myself for that.
No, shout out, brother. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for joining. And yes, patiently, you're gonna wait for the music like a tortoise. I'm guessing you're a tortoise. You're taking so long, but we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait, brother. Some comments in the comment section. Um, One has said, "Oh, Shirley Heavens, amazing Shirley Heavens has mentioned the girls are up." Um, Tabang Pala has mentioned that Lockhive, please, you should change your bio. Um, that video now is over 5 million views. So shout out for that. Yes, yes, it's over 5 million views.
Okay.
So you must change that, please. And another one mentioned that my crush, Lockhive the DJ, is here in the space, but I'm guessing he's shy to give the mic. But shout out to that. And then another question. So Stanley has asked again, when you start your sets, you tell a story, taking people on a journey with you, or is it based on the feeling, perhaps? Is it based on the feeling that you're just hearing a beat in the song and knowing what the follow up would be? So, yeah, he's just asking, how do you go around your set? Because I've and I've heard your music selection is amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Um, Snap. It's a bit of both, really. I mean, sometimes I go with my feeling, and sometimes I prepare my sets prior, and then yeah, sometimes things change, based on the crowd. So it's a mixture of a lot of things when I'm preparing my sets.
I remember when Vinny came down here to Cape Town and he played at We House Sunday. So We House Sunday is just a totally different vibe, perhaps to what normal groove. Have you been to House Sunday? You probably have, of course.
No, I've seen it. I think I somewhat understand the culture and what it's about, but I haven't actually been to it.
I think it'd be amazing. I think it'd be amazing there.
Oh yeah, definitely,
So
definitely.
he was sharing how literally the crowd works you up because We House Sunday. The
Yeah.
people are in your face. When you
Mm.
play, they're literally in your face, and how perhaps as a DJ you need to adapt quickly because now you're not up in Joburg somewhere, Gqeberha, and people are just sitting down in their tables. We have Sundays, there's no tables, everyone is just standing, everyone is just dancing.
Damn it.
So, have you also experienced that perhaps when you go to different venues where you literally have to just change your mindset there and there, change the set that you're gonna play?
Happens all the time. Every other week. Every other week. I definitely I craft a set, but then when I get there, I'm like, actually, no, let's do this rather. And it always works. Like it's important. One of the things that you need to really master as a DJ is reading your crowd and just reading the room. That is extremely important. So yeah, I definitely do that. I change almost all the time.
No, great stuff, great stuff. Let me pass on the mic to a new speaker, Closira. Closira actually does some amazing things. I told him one of these days I must come to his kitchen. I must come to his kitchen set. I must come and play. I must play a live set there. So he's got a podcast. Literally, he takes our mixes and he puts them out there for people to listen to. So shout out to Chloe and shout out for
Right.
him to
Right.
actually come in through to everything. How's music? Brother, good evening. I think I've given you a good intro already. How are you doing on this Tuesday?
Indaba Barmin.
Novua, Novua.
uh, that's good. Yeah, you must learn more Venda.
Hey, I got a
Yeah,
rakgoni.
yeah, man. You must learn. It's once you tutor, man. In order to more kitchening, you must say a few words there so that you can start. But yeah, thanks for bringing the lady Lockhive as the guest today. Hi, Lockhive. How's it?
Hi, Joe. I'm good. How are you?
No, good, good. Great work that you're
Thank
doing.
you.
I'm not sure, but from my knowledge, I think you're the first DJ that has actually got to reach those big numbers in South Africa. Unless if maybe I'm not clued up with other guys, but according to me, that's what I've seen, and I just want to congratulate you for that, especially on the deep house side. We know we only get to see those numbers from your hip hop, amapiano, even
Mm.
like your gospel, your gospel artist, it takes them 10 years in order to get those numbers. But but on the deep house, you manage to get those numbers. I mean, it gives other guys hope that we'll still push the genre from our side and
Mm.
expose our producers. So just a few questions. The first one I'll just ask is, do you take gigs from any promoters, or do you gig anywhere, or you have a certain places that I can't go maybe because of the image, or
Mm.
music is music, you serve everywhere?
Um, I think the economic climate, but you can't really do if if it's work, you go and work. You know?
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
You go there and do your thing, and then go home.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
if there's any plans for any of us to be cutting out and choose which ones to choose and not to choose from. Already,
Oh,
um, the amount of work we as Deep and Soulful House DJs um is not a lot. So
mm,
you can't be choosing. Not by not
oh,
by any means, no.
oh, okay. Now I'm just asking because I think the last time the guys had black coffee, he
Mm,
mentioned that he doesn't just take. Okay, I know Black Coffee is maybe might have been
mm,
exposed to other stuff and he's been in the game for a very long time.
mm,
But
mm,
he mentioned that, and I just saw. Okay, yeah, I think it is important to actually set that standard. But as you said, in these economic issues that we have currently, we can't be choosing.
mm.
But yeah, I do hear you, the reason behind it. And secondly, that it's still around that, but
But
more
also,
on the.
can I sorry for Ukala, but also I don't think what he's doing is entirely bad. Positioning is also very important when you get to a certain level in your career, then you
Mm,
can you have the option or luxury to position yourself in a certain way. You can do that nangoku, even if you are sub, like not at that level. Um, but you know, it's not entirely bad. It's not entirely bad to position yourself and be picky about certain places that you go to.
ukuthi ngoku-ke ziyakhala-ke manje financially. Economy ayivumi. Hayi, asikhale bantwana bami.
Kalakuti
Akuzalunga.
Kalakuti sonke.
Okay, the second question is around the booking fee structure. I
Mm,
know you might get like your bookings from private events,
mm.
corporate. How are you charging structure? How do you charge based on that, around that maybe?
How, okay, are you saying how do I justify my fee?
Yeah, is it like your flat rate? You have a flat rate. I call you at the restaurant, come play maybe a 1 hour set. You have that flat rate, or you check. Okay, it's a corporate gig. Corporate maybe it might be a big company. Now you kind of structure that fee based on that, or it's a tavern. I structure my fee based on that, or you just have a flat rate fee.
Okay, there's no. I don't think any one of us really abide by the flat rate fee. However, all of us obviously do have it, but there are certain, events, gigs, and work that where we required to structure or restructure our fees. So it's really a combination of all of that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and that question maybe it will just go to everyone, especially those are DJs that actually get booked and stuff. Maybe they can come and answer on their side because I know I've been asked a lot of that question. So sometimes like I feel like maybe I'm undercharging, sometimes I'm overcharging. So yeah, it's good maybe just to hear how others handle this so that we don't rip ourselves out or maybe scare people away regarding
Mm.
that. So also Vox maybe you can step in and just tell us. And also I see there's the DJs there today. That's my favorite DJ and Kid Dineo. They'll share if it happens they want to come on top here. And the third question is okay. This is just my last question. After booming of your video, I'm sure like a lot of people started noticing you from that video. Others they didn't know you before. Do you have like a lot of producers sending their music to you? And how are you handling that up? Are you looking at the type of music that they're sending or the genre and all that, or you just accept and rock those songs wherever you can? Thanks.
I have been getting quite a few um, producers who've been sending me music, and it's definitely in line with the kind of music that I play. So it's been quite good and exciting and refreshing as well to be listening to other people that I've never heard of. So yeah, it's been really interesting. It's been really interesting.
Okay. No, thanks, man. Just keep rocking, eh?
Thank you.
Yay.
Now, shout out Chloe. Shout out Chloe. Before you go, Chloe, please let us know where do we find Chloe's Hub, Chloe Sira's Hub.
Okay, close to us hub. I'm actually uploading my stuff down here, this which I also send that to Deezer and Apple Music. So you can check on if you're using iPhone, you can check on Apple Podcast. Close to us hub. There's a show. You can go subscribe, and on here these you can follow. You can follow me there. That's where I do upload. So with that, I just upload different DJs. We have a lot of DJs in South Africa. Others, I just meet them on social media. Others, I have the privilege of meeting them in person also, and they share their music. Then also there's a YouTube one, but with the YouTube one, I'm mostly focusing on the deep in the kitchen, where yeah, as Vox has mentioned, just DJ in the kitchen and serve music. Yeah, thanks.
No, shout out, brother. Shout out. Thanks for sharing that. Thanks for sharing that. Thanks for coming through to Everything House Music. I see the lovely hand of Deep House News. Brother is here. We never see him anymore on Everything House Music, but he's here tonight. But before I give him the hand, let's play a song. Let's play a song so we can just ease off from some questions from our guest. Afuna ukumkhuthaza bese makumele ayodlala bese dlala amahashi because of us. So let's just play a
No,
song.
that.
So let's play a song. I'm gonna play a song by one of the most promising ever producers. This is also another pick from LocHive The DJ. Chronicle Deep, Make Up Your Mind. And I think there's quite a few people in the space that love this man. Two bits, two bits. There's one there with the hearts there, the Japanese man. Enjoy some music. Thank you.
Make up your mind. Make up your mind. 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 Your mind.
That is the amazing, great Chronicle Deep. He's only a young legend in my eyes. But then again, what does Vox know, right? Deep House heads always say that when they reply to my tweets. Chronicle Deep, Make Up Your Mind, released on that Statue Sounds Volume 4. That compilation was amazing. And we still on the DMs with Kid Funk. With Kid Funk, when I have a conversation with you, please, on everything house music. Perhaps one of these days, perhaps. So I'll give the mic to the Deep House News. Who's the journalist? Who's the Wikipedia of the Deep House space as well as everything house music? Brother, good evening. Please unmute.
Evening, Vox. How you doing, my leader?
Nah, but I'm fine. And how are you doing?
Man, all good. Apologies for joining the space late. Yeah, just had other engagements to deal with. Yeah, man. Shout out for having Lockhive on everything house music. Congratulations to her in terms of her numbers on YouTube. It's
Thank you.
fire what she's doing on in terms from a numbers perspective. They say women lie, men lie, but numbers don't lie. So yeah, congrats on that.
Thank you.
There's a track I forgot it was by Vic Lavender. I think it's After Party by Two. It says the DJ is a friend of mine, and instead of he, she will play
Oh,
just
that's
what I
my
like.
favorite song, actually. Ah, I
Yeah,
don't know
so
why I didn't really list it here, but that's one of my favorite songs.
mm, so as
Mm,
like you play soulful deep house music, and I'm a big fan, and I'm a lover of any DJ who plays soulful house.
mm,
So two questions: how faithful and how loyal are you gonna be to soulful house music in terms of when you gig and when you go out there? The reason why I've seen, and it's a conversation that I had with Ezra when he was playing at UR.
mm,
I think his first couple of 3, 4 tracks was very soulful, and the crowd wasn't really receptive to him.
mm,
You are being very Afro house and,
mm,
and deep tech. And when he started switching into the deep tech, that's when the crowd actually came alive. And it's me and him were just chatting afterwards to say, "Ish, the soulful thing is quite tough." So, for you, how do you deal with that? How are you gonna deal with that? Have you experienced that? And like going forward, what's gonna be your stance to that? Is it soulful sounds, no compromise, or do you at the end of the day, you have to play for the patrons?
Mm, mm. But also when it's vice versa, right? So he played at UR, and that's mostly an Afro deep tech type of vibe. So naturally, he had to um sort of pivot, right?
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with essentially like your main deep soulful crowds. They're not really responding, or they don't respond as well with deep tech and Afro. But you need to just find your way around it. And yes, I have been in those situations quite a lot of times. And as much as I do brand myself as a deep and soulful house DJ, but also I did mention that I play Afro tech and Afro as well. So I can easily adapt to certain crowds with ease.
With these, okay, okay. No, I get it. I just wanted to see how staunch you are in terms of your deep and soulful house, because I know the crowd is small and the market is really small, right?
It's niche,
It's
kakulu.
very niche, yeah. The niche got cool, so yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to get your position on that. And for me, yeah, definitely you on our radar. It'll be very interesting when we do our top 10 DJs for the year to see where you rank.
Okay.
Yeah, Vox. That's it from my side.
I'm gonna top 10 yana for everything house music. I'm gonna top
Eh?
10 yana singeni indawo thina.
You guys, you just had black coffee on. Don't get a big headed
Who
about
said
that.
we were big headed about anything? How
Yeah, you
sugela?
just had black coffee on once. You just had black coffee on once.
Ne.
Nah, man, obviously, Barry, the space is vital, like, but also shout out to you. I know we had partnered last year doing this, and your efforts in bringing guests every week, it needs to be applauded and recognized. So, Vox, mad love for you. You're doing big things here, man. And I just wish you bigger success, and it'll come, man. You're doing amazing things, and never, don't stop, don't stop, because when you do stop, that's when that door, when finally opens, you won't be able to answer it. So keep on going. You've been amazing the past 3 weeks. Black Coffee, Heavy K, and now Lockhive. So, man, shout out to you, bro. You're doing amazing things.
No, shout out, brother. Thanks for that. Next up, we're gonna have a conference. Definitely, it's coming. It has to happen. We have to talk about these things live, and we take it to the next level. So, shout out, brother. Thanks for that. And just to mention, next week, next week is gonna be another fire week of spaces. On on Thursday, for everything house music, we're gonna have Zion. Yes, I've been chasing after that man for the longest time. So finally agreed to have him as a guest for Thursday and the 1st of September. Everything House Music with Zion. And then on the 31st, so yeah, I'm tracking back. 31st, which is Wednesday, we're going to have Mike Talfero. Mike Talfero, the pianist. Yeah, this man is amazing. So next week we're gonna have two international. Oh, they actually all three of them are international because Zion is from US. So Mike on Wednesday, and then on Tuesday we're gonna have Ellie. Yes, we're gonna have Ellie B, all the way in the States. It's gonna be another amazing fire week. So look out for that. From Tuesday until Thursday, 8 p.m. as always. We're gonna have amazing conversations with those artists. So shout out again, brother. Thanks for coming through. Let's give the mic. Let's give the mic to housemates. Housemates, good evening. Tembuti mic right. Eish. Housemates, I'm gonna try you again. Good evening. Okay. Okay, okay. It's not coming forth, but it's okay. Perhaps when you are okay with the mic, you'll grab it. Let's give the mic to Shirley Heavens. Shirley Heavens, we've had her as a guest a couple of times on Everything House Music. Such an amazing songstress. This woman sings amazing, to say the least. Shirley Heavens, good evening and welcome to Everything House Music. Please unmute. Thank you.
Sanmonani, wow, Vox, always great intros. Good evening to Lockhive, to the
Hey, girl.
Queen. Hey, girl. So beautiful to have you on the space tonight, and the
Nice.
variety of artists, especially who are contributors to deep soulful house music. So
Mm,
I'm very excited. The last episode, the last Women's Month, basically, episode of Deep House, featuring such an iconic queen. So I just
mm,
wanted to say shout out for your, tireless efforts to bring the music to the people, and remaining true to yourself and to your sound
mm.
and your consistency. It's beautiful, as
Thank
a
you.
house vocalist, to see a woman who is consistent, and um, it's just so inspiring. It's really truly
Thank you so
inspiring.
much.
And we love it, man. We love to see it. And oftentimes we as women don't really speak on other women in male dominated industries, and we don't
Mm,
speak kindly. But this is beautiful, and we want you to elevate so that we can have moments of transparency as females in this industry, and moving forward, holding hands and making sure that we can also seem push the agenda of the stories that women have in deep house and deep
mm.
house as an industry. So yeah, this is exciting, man. Having Twitter and having spaces and just having this proximity with such legends. It's really just so beautiful. So we're grateful for everything house music. It's such an insane platform where even myself, we have found so many great connections. So I'm excited for what the future holds in terms of not only production but also performing the music. Hearing the music, making sure that the music makes its rounds, and also just hearing your skill and how you keep getting better. So
Yeah.
shout out, yeah. Shout out to Mdas.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah, those were wonderful flowers from Shirley Evans. Siyabonga sis, siyabonga kakhulu. Shirley, before I let you go, as always, any music out that we should look out for?
Nachisaba abantu abamnyama. Abantu but just but he has already posted. He's already posted. So yeah, I mean, there's a singer. Umgomezulu has a album that's coming out soon. So I'm featured as a vocalist on there. Oh, very excited about that. And yeah, I'm just anxious. I'm anxious and excited about it. Hope you guys will enjoy it. That's what's really like urgent. But there's like awesome stuff that's happening. That's why I haven't been on spaces so much, because I've been writing so much. But yeah, good stuff is happening, and it's all because of the connections that I've made on spaces and everything house music and the deep house space. And it's due to the fact that these guys are consistent, and they here every Tuesday, and they sit here getting people's names wrong. But it's really exciting. Really, it's because of the connections that I've made here. I've been busy because of the connections that I've made on spaces. So it's all love, man. That's me.
Thank you so much, Shirley. Thank you so much. I was sharing with my friends the other day that I've missed out on so many. Let's have a drink after work. Let's have a braai later because of hosting spaces. I've missed out on a lot of those in the past year because it's been a year. Yes, it's been a year of spaces, and thanks to everyone as always for joining our spaces. Our spaces will never be anything, nothing at all, if it wasn't for your interaction, for your retweets, for you joining in and actually sharing these questions that I read out. So some more flowers on the comment section. Kuthiwa lana Lockhive. Shout out to the home girl, one of a few females I seen taking her brand serious early from our hometown. He's a big fan, so he says, "Please keep pushing."
Ooh, kubani lowo?
His
That's
name is
dope.
MSK.5.
Oh, stop.
Point
Okay.
five, point
All
five. Yeah, but
right.
we had AVK the other day, so yeah, it was lovely to actually hear some of
Oh,
that.
nice.
And then
Okay.
another one is okay. A question from McG Keys. Any future projects or sounds of your own production, that perhaps we can consume musically day by day? I think I read that properly. Any future projects of sounds of your own in production taken for what do you consume musically day by day? Yeah, yeah,
Um,
Zwakala.
I think he's asking about whether I'm ever gonna put out music in the near future, and yes, definitely. I think it's always important to have a product as an artist at some point in your career, you know. But I think most importantly for me, it's having to learn first, just the ins and outs and knowing how to actually do it before I do it. I know there's another way of doing it, but yeah, I definitely would like to put out music in future. It's definitely one of the things that I want to do.
No, shout out for that. Shout out for that. Another question from Jodra. Do you have other skills that complement your career as a DJ? Like most DJs are graphic designers. Do you have something like that also too?
I'm a strategist by profession, so moves that I do are mostly based on the strategy.
Thank you. Thank you. Before I give Deep House News the mic, I think, yes, we have like less than we have 30 minutes left with you. So one of the most important things that we that I've noticed that are there in our platforms of music is social media. And currently, right now, we're actually on social media. We're using its vehicle to broadcast music, to broadcast our interviews and information about music. And an example, typical example of what social media literally does is, for instance, 7 Hertz. She's here in the space. She normally posts videos of DJs playing a song, and people go crazy. Um, from your side, the business of social media, right? The business side of social media. How is it
Mm.
affecting, or how is it dealing with your career? What are the positives that you're getting from social media? And what are perhaps some of the challenges that you also face from social media? Because it's become a huge part of us. I mean, for instance, what TikTok
Mm.
is doing, what's happening with TikTok, but it's become a huge thing in our lives. Like, we're not on social media, there's nothing else. So, what are the impacts from your career that have been good, that have been bad, and moving forward, what do you think perhaps social media also should perhaps govern in terms of artists, in terms of their music, and so on? Thank you. I asked a lot of things, but yeah, yo.
I think number one challenge would be the copyright restrictions, especially for the mixes. That's been a huge challenge for me. But I'm not mad at it. I definitely understand why it's there, you know. And the positives has been being able to infiltrate or have footprints in geographical areas that I definitely would not have even imagined in my entire life. So it has definitely made that easy for me to access um, people from from different parts of the world, and just making it easy for awareness purposes as well, just for people to be aware that I definitely exist from um, different places in the world, right? So that's been one of many positives that I've experienced by social media.
And also, just on that question that I did ask, seeing that you have your likes of Seven Hertz and a good friend of mine, Nomakatini, that always posted videos, right? So, what would you like
Mm,
from us, the fans? Right, we already post you out there.
mm.
We already show that you're an amazing DJ, and we stream your video and we share it. So, what else would you like? Would you like from us, the fans of what you do, the fans of you being a DJ and being an amazing DJ also? Thank you.
Yeah. I don't think I'm not one to be expecting anything from anyone. Actually, I'm just glad that you guys are sharing my music, and that's just about that. I can't really enforce anything or expect anything outside of that. So, no, I really don't have anything to say outside just being thankful that you guys are sharing. You don't have to, but you are, and I'm grateful for that.
No, thanks for sharing that. Thanks for sharing that. As a fan, I think from my side, seeing how this always impacts music and views and perhaps so on that we don't know about. I'd like, and I always say this to artists that it's okay to once in a while perhaps go into that comment section like thank you. Yeah,
Mm,
just to show some love back, because
mm,
yes, as you mentioned, the person is not obligated to be posting and using their
mm,
data to do whatever, but they took their time. They
100%.
took their time, and they are your fan. And one thing that we are lacking in the industry is fan to artist interaction, that retention. There isn't any.
Mm,
There is any,
mm,
and most of the time, they always come back to us and say, "I'm not really on social media. I don't use this thing. I'm always busy." But come on, right?
mm.
But that's me. That is me. I don't know about everyone else, but that is me. So I will give the mic again to Deep House News. Deep House News, brother, your hand is up. Please unmute.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, just three or four questions for Lockhive. Um, so, 2 to 3 years. Where does she wanna be? Second, the gigs that she really wants to play at. Sorry if you've answered this. Um, and then third, top five DJs that you rate. Then the fourth one, and the last video that you had. What is up with the dress? On a lighter note,
Hi, Bo.
Not the Cuba.
First of all, I always dress like that. One thing about me, it's definitely not outside my comfort zone. I'm like literally 70% of the time dressed in the freakum dress. So yeah. What was your other question, Kanene? Who do I rate?
Yeah,
I'm just gonna be cliche and say
yeah.
black coffee number one. I think his story is very telling and very inspiring. For most of us DJs, he's showing us what is actually possible and outside our reality, which is great. I also actually like Shimza's moves as well. Um, I think him and I a tad alike. He's a bit of a strategist, but from where I'm standing and how I see things, he's very strategic. He's very quick on his feet, and obviously an amazing technical DJ. Second to none, really. Who else? Mm, is he a DJ?
She can DJ, the vocalist.
Okay, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually love her moves as well. I enjoy her. Um who else? You want five?
You can get it.
uh
Kunzima ngaleyo ndlela.
okay, no,
Ah,
uh, who else? Yo, masi me up for this.
Yeah. So next, the gigs that you'd love to play in SA.
I want to do a lot of festivals moving forward. I want to explore that side of the world. And also, I want to do a lot of gigs outside the country as well. But obviously, because I just moved to Joburg, I definitely want to have footprints or a solid footprint in Joburg as well. But essentially, festivals outside the country, exploring Africa, exploring the world, and also gigging a lot in Joburg as well.
Yeah, quickly on that, how did that Tanzania gig came about? How did you get that? How did you get that gig organized?
They actually linked up so they sent me an email and told me this is what they wanted to do and they want to invite me to the gig. So they reached out first. I didn't ask them where they know me from. I didn't, but okay, that's how it went down.
Yeah, and the sponsorship with Soul, is that a
Sorry?
the sponsorship with Soul the
That was
beer?
when I was still back home. That also, oh, okay. So with that one, Saul is part of Heineken. So I reached out and they were like, okay, cool. We like the idea. We are for the curation and we will be on board. That's how it went down.
And is that the plan going? Are you targeting more brands? I know it's difficult to speak about such things, because they haven't happened yet. But being the strategist that you are, is that what you focusing on? And how do you speak to those brands?
How do I can't teach you guys how to speak to the friend.
No,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah, that is the plan, and that's always been the plan. I think I've been open about it on my YouTube channel as well, just where the direction is really to be partnering and collaborating with a lot of brands moving forward.
okay, say less. I see you want to say less, and it's I'll engage you and whoever wants to meet up. All right, cool. I think that's all for me. Then I think the first of the question was 2 to 3 years. Where do you see yourself in terms of your career, and what, yeah, what's the outlook for that?
I definitely see myself growing exponentially, being better than the year before, um, an improved standard of living as well, and a lot of things that are in my mind that I definitely cannot share.
But yeah, no, but much success to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, just I want to say FYI, we've been very good with projecting careers of people. So I think in
Mm,
2020, when we voted Oscar Mbo as the best producer, look where his career is, and
mm,
we went for Soul Freaka as I was a top producer for the year last year. Look at the stellar career he's having. So I the endorsement that, and I think it's quite obvious that you actually one of the top female DJs at the moment. So
thank,
yeah, I just hope that the endorsement that you get from us, will just springboard your career to higher heights, and
mm,
it's more deserved.
thank you so much.
It works. Mina sengiphelele. I think I've reached my airtime for the
Nah,
space.
nah, sibongele, cheat. Shout out. I think yes, Lockhive deserves a space in the Deep House News website, definitely. So shout out, thanks for coming through, brother. I actually called up um, this amazing group of people. I believe it's a group. I'm not sure though. But okay, we're listening is the people behind Lockhive, and I just wanted to perhaps give them the mic so they can share perhaps this wonderful journey that they've been going through with the Lockhive the DJ, which is what we see, and we see it, and it's amazing. And perhaps we need more of this. Not even perhaps, we need it. I always mention that we need more of this in the industry for DJs, for artists and producers, all around. We need people behind the brand. So, okay, we are listening. Please unmute. Good evening.
Good evening, guys. My name is Anthony. I'm the founding member of OK We're Listening. We're a brand development specialist conglomerate. We have just joined Lockhive's journey. We must give her flowers for what she's done to get herself here, and yeah, we just position ourselves to not just manage, but to work with her to develop her brand, get it to the point where she wants to. We're also very excited to be part of the journey. And yeah, I mean, you can just check out our website. We're pretty in depth about what we do. We're trying to disrupt the industry, and Lockhive is the leading person for where we're going in the future. So yeah, that's basically us. I hope that answers your question.
So, and how has the journey been working with moves in their career? How has the journey been? I mean, we've always heard how perhaps DJs, female DJs, encounter so many negative things around, and so on and so on and so on. But how have you perhaps worked around that and made sure that all these things don't affect a career and the next set? So how do you do that? Thank you.
Thanks. I think it's just a level of persistence and consistency with trying to impress the fact that regardless of, we don't like to use the term, female. Just we just keep it as DJ. She's a DJ at the end of the day. Um, we're persistent on the fact that she knows what she's doing. She's a great skill behind the decks. There's many a time where she's on stage and people, there's that eye where they look and they go, okay, cool. And we're very, very confident in the fact that she jaw drops all the time. So we just are very, very persistent in that, she deserves the spaces that she's going to be in. and we'll support that tooth and nail, investment or no investment. We are always on the road. We are always petitioning for her. We're always trying to create the type of content or spaces that back what she's doing um, to the highest degree, because that's what she demands of us. As you can hear, she's a strategist, and yeah, we'll continue to do that with every space that we encounter to make sure that she isn't marginalized or held back because of whatever stigmas might be in the industry.
And yes, we're gonna close in like the next 10 minutes or so. I'm always told that our closing remarks take an hour or so, so I will keep it very quick. Um, Lastly, on top of your head, Anthony, please let us know what's the next big thing. What's the next big thing in the industry in house music? Yes, what's the next big thing? What should we expect? What should we look forward to? Not from her, but from your side in terms of the industry. What's the next big thing?
There's only one answer. The next big thing is Lockhive. That's just the bottom line about it. She's very unique. I think her approach to play is very unique. So we're focusing on making that the next big thing rather than trying to figure out what the industry is trying to do. And we will lead the industry in that regard.
I knew you'd say that. I knew you'd say that. I was leading the question badly. But anyway, thanks for coming through, brother. Thanks for sharing with us. And regarding your services, who needs your services? Who can reach out?
You can just check on our bio on our profile. Our website is there. It's really intuitive. You can just click whatever you need to, and we'll be able to get your feedback or your questions or whatever you need. We list our services. We list everything to do with the people we work with, and from artist development to brand development. We work with quite a few big corporates ourselves, and we just excited to be branching into this industry as well.
No, shout out. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for joining the space. Thanks for being a part of everything house music. But we don't just sit there. Just sit there. We'll do some last remarks in the next couple of minutes. I'm just gonna read out perhaps another comment in the comment section. Balu just mentioned Uguti DJ Zetu. I love you so much. Yes, Mbali has stated that. And a shout out again to everyone who's come through and added their input. If there's a last question that I haven't asked, perhaps because we never have enough time, of course, ever, please give me the question and I can share with our guest tonight before we let it go. So, but what we're gonna do now, before we do closing remarks, let's give the mic to Kusta. Kusta. Welcome to Everything House Music. Please unmute, brother.
Greetings, greetings, everyone. Shout out to the movement. It's growing. It's good to see fresh talent being acknowledged. Just a few questions to the lady of the moment. Shout out to what she's doing. It's good to see a DJ who's also a female who doesn't have to do the unconventional things for her to be recognized. So shout out to that. Two questions. How's the transitioning being moving to Joburg and getting the gigs sorted out with regards to you gigging? One, two, um, how do you differentiate yourself from what's been put out there in terms of your craft? Is it your skill sets? Is it how you look, how you position yourself? I'm not going to be long. Three, what sets you apart from the rest? I think those are my three questions for now. Thank you.
Yeah, I think the second question and the third question is definitely tied, or more or less similar. That what definitely differentiates me is, or what sets me apart is the strategy again, and I'm gonna go back to that. um, I don't have to emulate whatever it is that anyone else is doing because I'm guided by the roadmap, and that is what continues to differentiate me. Um, your other question is, Kanene? Your first one.
The transitioning from moving from coming to Joburg.
Oh, yeah. So I've been planning the move for a good 2 years. Um, but I've been wanting to move to Joburg for the longest time. But in the past 2 years, I've been doing a whole lot of back and forth between Joburg and PE, just to suss out the market and see how I fit in the broader spectrum of the entertainment industry this side. Because obviously in PE I had already reached my ceiling, and everything else that I wanted to do. So it was very key for me to come this side and just suss out where I fit in, but also most importantly, just see who's who in the zoo and introduce myself to key people. So when I came here about 3 months ago, I obviously had to make some calls on time. Hey, I'm back. Sorry, I'm here officially now. It's no longer a visit, but I'm here. So that's how I got to get, a few gigs here and there. But I think what has been key for me in the past few weeks has been aligning myself or getting into a relationship with my manager where now things are a lot more elevated, you know. Um, it's no longer me trying to go and look out for work. It's either people coming to me or my management going out and getting work for me. So that has been the dynamic so long.
Okay, that makes sense. Just a follow-up question, and then I'm done. Are you planning on producing? If so, what type of sound would you like to produce, and what type of sound should, if you were to get into producing, that you'd like us to anticipate? Thanks. I think I'm done for now.
like I mentioned, I definitely don't want to sway anywhere differently from what I'm known as, or what I've branded myself as, which is a deep and soulful house DJ. So I definitely want to maintain that. And like I mentioned as well, that it's important to have a product as a DJ at some point in your career. And that's something that I do. I like it's in my plans. It's something that I want to do, but I wanted to remain in the confines of deep, soulful, or Afro-tech. I am not mad at that. Any of the three.
Thank you for that, Lockhive. Shout out to Kusta, right? Kusta, yeah, shout out. So what we're gonna do now? What we always do in our spaces is give some last remarks. So I will start with Anthony. Anthony, brother, please give us your last remarks regarding today's space. I mean, you're doing something amazing with Lockhive, and we see it. We see it definitely. And she's here and everything. House music. Not that we're the biggest thing ever, but I feel we do have a dent in the industry, and we are making some good waves. People are seeing us. People are noticing our tweets, and they come to our WhatsApp. So like, hey, what do you say here? But anyway, Anthony, please give us the last remarks, brother, regarding today's space. Thank you.
Again, thank you for taking for responding to us, reaching out. We really were excited to get Lockhive on the space. It's been very fruitful. I'm glad she's got to interact with the people and bring it to the people. Lastly, if you're free on Thursday night, please come and see, and you're in Joburg, please come see Lockhive at her residency at Zen Thursdays at Zen in Santon. So you can, shift over from seeing the videos to seeing her live and see the real deal in action. And yeah, that's about it.
Nah, shout out, shout out. I actually asked for an extension to the space. The space should have ended at quarter past 9, but yeah, the extension was welcome. So shout out, Anthony. Thank you so much. Before I give the mic to our guest, on Friday, yes, please join us on Friday on Deep House Space. We're gonna have Nick Soul. Nick Soul released an EP on Salvo Records. We're also gonna have McFarlane. McFarlane is releasing an EP on Just Move Records. That's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be fire. And again, please join us next week from Tuesday until Thursday. Only international guests. Yes. That's gonna be fire. So look out for that. Always 8 p.m. In the evening, South African standard time. So thank you again. Thanks everyone. Thanks for coming through. It's been a pleasure as always. Lastly, let's give the mic to our guest, and please, Lockhive, as you share with us your last remarks regarding today's space, please tell us perhaps where we can find you, some of the details regarding your booking, and go and so on, please. And if perhaps you're looking for a female partner, please share that also. Maybe there's
Huh?
someone looking here. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. Maybe I don't know. But
And go. I don't understand.
please give us the last few marks, please. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for listening. You can catch me at Zen in Santon every Thursday. But this week, catch me at Braamfontein 99 Judah as well on Friday, and on Saturday, I'm at Oh My Restro Bar. I think there's more confirmed gigs that are coming up. But yeah, you can send through your bookings. There's a link on my bio, or go through to OK with Listening as well for my booking details. And yeah, that's just about it. Thank you so much. I enjoyed this. I don't like talking, but I actually enjoyed this.
Basho njalo bonke yazi bafika lana bese
I know. Anthandi yani, I'm like, I think I'm more of like a listener and umdu observer and analytical, but I don't like talking at all.
no, thanks a lot. I think most of the time spaces haven't been given that privilege yet of being known as being a comfort zone, right? Where you just chill out
Mm,
and just chat about the career and we laugh and then and I talk crap and I mispronounce people's names. But that's what I've literally just always just done. Just to keep it easy, just to keep it smooth. Yeah, well.
yeah,
A lot of people know interviews only happen on radio, right? And from Lulu
yeah.
Cafe to whoever, and those people that have been doing it. But I think we've also built up something really, really good on Twitter Spaces. So, Bonga Tina, thanks for coming through and spending good time with us. I know you're supposed to have something going right now in the next couple of minutes or so, I believe. So shout out to you. Thank you. I wish you all the best, all
Thank
the
you.
successes. Look forward to seeing you live. I look forward to, please, when you come this side,
Hey,
please do share.
what side?
Cape
Cape
Town,
Town.
yes.
Oh, I know
Please,
you.
please do share. Please do share. I look forward to it. And I think one of the best places that you really, really will be amazing at is We House Sunday. I'm not saying every other place is work, but We
Mm,
House Sunday just has that
mm.
thing, man. It just has that thing.
I know they come highly recommended actually.
Yes, definitely. I mean, Chronicle Deep is coming. And I think a week after they took out the tickets, some of the tickets were like already done, something like that. Yeah. So,
Yo.
those people are crazy because it's a vibe and it's an amazing vibe. It's a crazy and amazing vibe. We are Julu, we are Julu. Not to say my creative, but
And yeah, but
but thank you for your time, and till next time.
thank you so much,
Stay
but
blessed and happy Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your evening and your week, please.
bye. Thank you, you
Shout
too.
out. And thank you to everyone else. Thanks for coming through as always. Siyanibonga. Yes, isiZulu sisho kanjalo, but you never stop thinking. That's what my Zulu tongue always says. So I'm gonna close off with a song, but thank you for joining us. Please do check out more of Lockhive's work on YouTube. She's also got some playlists on track source. She's got a few things going and amazing things. So look out for that. Go check it out. And always check us out too, Tina, ourselves. So many spaces that we are looking forward to, even in September. So we've got a few things lined up in September. Look out for that. And we're planning something really good in December. Yes, something really, really, really good in December. I look forward to it too. So thank you. I can't say that enough. I can't echo that enough. Mbongile, and enjoy the rest of your today. Till next time. Cheers.
Waiting for the answer, anticipating what you'll say. Will you encourage me? What will you teach me today? I'm holding on to every breath and every word that you say. Every word that you say. I'm hopeful, but I'm anxious too. I've got a case of the scaries. I just need to hear from you. I'm holding on to every word that you say. Every word that you say. I'm strong in the mind, but I get it wrong sometimes. I need to pray, so I won't be the straying kind. I'm holding on to every breath and every word that you say. Every word that you say. I'm holding on to every breath and every word that you say.
That
Lead me,
that is
guide me.
Tamika Moore.
My will's not enough for this journey.
Tamika
So
Moore,
I'll
every
hold
word.
on, hold on,
Amazing song.
hold
And this is
on.
the Honeycomb
And every
vocal mix. As always, I post the spaces on my YouTube channel. So as soon as possible, I'll post this interview with Lockhive on my YouTube channel. Right now, you already have Sabrina Child We uploaded her, so you can go and check that out. Evie K is also there. An interview that we had with the piano Live Avengers is there. The interview with Black Coffee is also there. So yeah, you can check them out again on my YouTube channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep well, everyone. Keep safe. Happy Tuesday. Chiefs idliwe. So cheers, everyone. Cheers. It's been another amazing, great, grand space. Thank you, thank you, thank you.